What you're about to watch is a perfect example of what happens when emotions take over and common sense goes out the window.
Can you move your car, please?
I'm the one who did it. I set the fire.
Let me explain something to you.
We have a woman accused of stealing a Dr. Pepper, but that was just the beginning.
You're already under arrest. You just kicked me. What the is her problem?
And we have a man who calmly confessed to setting a congressman's office on fire.
What brought you to Fond du Lac tonight?
To set fire to Glenn Rothman's office. I was tired of the way that our country's going.
But first, cops respond to a call of a shoplifter who refused to leave.
Stop right now. If I have to say it again, I'm going to put my hands on you, and I really don't want to have to do that. Stop right now. Stop right now.
Find out, bruh.
Stop walking right now. Stop walking. You're making this a lot harder for yourself. Just come back over here and talk to me. So look, you're going to make this a lot harder on yourself. How about you stop talking, stop walking, and come back here. You're going to make this...
Stop the walking and or the talking.
No, too late now. Stop.
Oh boy.
Can you just stop and talk to me? Look, you're about to have 3 cops over here. You're going to end up getting put in handcuffs and everything.
So, relatively minor thing, petty theft, took a soda or whatever, but probably going to turn it into something much larger.
Look,
you near the station.
You need to stop.
You have to put some hands on her, man. She ain't stopping.
You need to stop. You were told to stop. That means stop. Stop.
Stop touching me.
Stop. What's your issue?
Stop, please. You're hurting me.
We're not hurting you.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not. I told you were going to get put in handcuffs. You didn't stop.
I don't care.
What is your issue?
I don't care.
I'm gonna head over there.
All we wanted to do was talk to you.
You're hurting my wrist. Like, why did you listen? Why don't you?
You're hurting your wrist by pulling away.
Oh boy.
What is wrong with you?
Robbie.
Mental health, drugs, combination of both, we don't know.
Get off of me.
Talk to us.
No, I want you.
What's your name? What's your name?
Get her in my car.
We'll see what he wants.
All right.
You know what I want.
Usually with somebody who behaves like this, somebody on shift will know who it is because there's been multiple interactions.
I got donuts. Hey, I know you.
This guy's asking her name. None of the other cops are saying anything. Seems like this might be a first-time encounter.
Can you get these handcuffs off me now?
No. No.
Okay, bet, bro. No, bet. Yeah, bet. I swear to God, bet.
What is your issue?
No bets. No, I'm God. Watch this.
No bet, sir. Zero bet.
Get off.
Get up.
I just ran you.
I don't know what you're saying.
You know the saying.
Jesus Christ.
Is Lord.
Okay.
Now.
Hey, stop it.
Oh my goodness.
Get in the car. All you gotta do is get in the car.
What are you doing?
Stop it. Slide your legs up. You're fighting.
Gentlemen, can I interest you in a rap or perhaps a hobble?
Just get in the car.
Stop touching me! Like, what did I tell you? Right, don't. I'm not doing.
What the is her problem? She's bashing around in there. What is wrong with you?
You're gonna die, bitch! I can't wait.
I think you gotta go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Don't break anything. You're just gonna get charged. You're gonna get charged criminally if you break stuff. All we wanted to do was talk to you. There's literally something wrong with you. Is yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. I guess. What the? No.
Oh, wow. Doesn't seem like they had bars on there.
Stop. Stop it now.
No bars. Usually when you see no bars, it's like a shift supervisor or something. If someone's not going to have the most secure car, it's usually the supervisor because they typically take prisoners less. But in this case, looks like a patrol guy.
How old
are you? How old is you?
You're almost 60. How old are you? You're gonna end up getting your legs cuffed.
I
You're
don't
gonna get
care.
cuffed. Stop. What is wrong with
What are
you?
my kids?
Can you just stop?
My goodness, look at the gap on this belt. His gun belt is like way above his inner belt. You need a keeper right there, brother.
You need Dr. Pepper, bro. Yeah.
Oh, don't spit on me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. To the hospital she goes.
Assault and battery,
She's acting an
ma'am.
absolute fool.
That's what Chad said.
She just spit on Joe. Trying to kick out his window.
Did she give her a name?
No, I have no idea who she is.
She's got to go to the hospital.
They gotta give her something to calm down.
It's just petty theft anyway.
I'm not even worried about that.
Yeah.
Now we got assault on appeal.
We gotta figure out and I mean, the hospital might not do anything if they don't know who she is.
Hey, what's your name? We're gonna find out one way or another. Ryan?
Right.
What is it?
Right.
Red?
No, right.
Sure.
Little red, y'all.
Look, you're gonna end up
I
being.
don't care. I don't care. Bro, I really don't.
Well, we need to know your name.
Bro, I really don't give a look it up.
What your name
Ask
is?
me what is your name.
My name's Michael. So what's your name? Isabella. What's your last name, Isabella? What is it? Isabella. Okay.
With the suspect finally giving her real name, officers bring her to jail. During the booking process, her behavior rapidly worsens as she demands they bring her to her boyfriend, who was recently incarcerated.
Isabella, listen to me. Get out of here.
So if she hadn't gave her name, like if a prisoner comes in and they refuse to identify themselves and you have them under arrest, they just get held for a long time. They can get arraigned as John or Jane Doe. The judge will order them to stay in custody until they can be identified by the police or the courts. It takes up a lot of time and a lot of tax dollars when someone does that.
Come on, where's he?
Sit down at the bed.
No, bro, I'm doing it.
Let me explain something to you.
You don't scare me.
You are not a juvenile.
I don't
anymore.
care.
There are
I
consequences
don't
to
care.
your actions.
I'll take it and I'll do
Sit
it.
down now. Sit down now.
Now. And call him. Why the No, bro.
Sit
No, I'm not
down.
doing this. I run this.
That's
Yeah, I do.
Little Red runs this block.
You need to stop touching me, bro.
That is not how this works. That's not how any of this. Stop. Stop. Stop it. You're already under arrest.
Just kick me.
This guy's getting beat up. I think she's already cuffed, bro.
She's got cuffs.
Yeah, cuff you again.
All right, we're going straight to the
I don't care, bro.
straight to the
I
hospital.
don't care, bro.
Okay.
I don't care.
Take these off your face for you. Real
No,
quick.
give me my sunglasses back.
You don't take Little Red's glasses, son.
How this works? Stop.
Oh, jeez. That cop's getting it.
That's 2 charges.
Yeah, make it fine.
Let's stand her up.
She got him pretty good there.
I'm not gonna be here alone.
Okay.
I don't care.
We're gonna walk you to the car.
You watch me.
You guys not have at least shackles? Something to control her feet?
You know what the I want.
I got her. We're going straight to the hospital.
Okay.
No.
Give her something to calm down, maybe.
Okay. I'm 18, bro. So you want to bet?
Yeah, you're also in custody. You're under
I don't
arrest.
care, bro.
So I've seen it in the field a bunch of times from paramedics. They can give them an injection if they're like completely out of control to make them calm down. And also they can do it in the hospital if they're flipping around, they're 4-pointed, but they just won't calm down. They won't relax. They will give them an injection.
That's a tranquilizer gun.
Ow! Whoa.
And make them feel good.
This whole tough ass. You're not a juvenile anymore.
Dude,
There are
you
consequences. Yeah. I know. Are you kidding me? No, I know. Homicidal ideations? Maybe.
Yeah. Homicidal, for sure. You're gonna kill me.
So I think that's for the involuntary committal. Homicidal ideations on most of the involuntary committal forms in the states are some of the symptoms you can circle as to why you're applying for a section.
Felony, kicking me in the face.
She got you. She got you pretty good.
Little Red don't play.
She's a white. Okay. Female was completely uncooperative with booking. I'm going to be in Route 2 with her.
Isabella's got zero chill.
No. Still freaking out. Alright. How'd you get all tangled up in this?
I don't know.
Here, lean back a little bit.
No.
Lean back.
I got it, bro. Just leave me alone.
I'm just
Stop the back way, bro.
I'm trying.
I'm telling you what I'm trying to do. Back away, please.
Okay. Alright. You do want a hand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what I was trying to do. Been nothing but trying to help you.
Are you?
Yeah. Don't walk away from us. Stop.
Come on,
pulling away. Stop.
We'll get back to her charges in just a moment, but first the cops respond to a call of a fire at a congressman's office.
If you can bring your squad up and a fire extinguisher, it's on the back side here. It's just some garbage on fire, looks like.
I got the old patrol fire extinguisher in action. I have used those on duty before. They work quite well. Every cop's dream, he gets to play firefighter.
We're doing our best. We're doing our
Where's
best.
the goddamn fire?
That one's for you, firefighters.
I got the fire out for the most part on the outside. There's going to be some structural damage though.
That plastic siding all just melting. And lucky it didn't get further along.
Looks like it came from in here.
Can you move your car? Can you move your car, please?
I'm the one who did it. I set the fire.
You set the fire?
I set the fire.
Wow, looks like somebody wants credit.
Why'd you set the fire?
I don't like Republic Representative Glenn Grotham.
So you set the building on
I
fire?
set the building.
Oh boy.
All right, come over here.
Political arson.
Stand here. A pocket knife in my right jacket pocket. Stand here. Where do you say you have it at? I'm pretty sure it's in my right.
Wow.
Number 3037.
It'll be covered in gas, so be careful. Okay.
Well, this cop looks like he's going to have an easy investigation. If I was there, I would be thinking, how are we going to find this guy? Is there video in the area? Did anybody witness this? Which direction of travel could he have gone? But no.
Wait. Whoa. Whoa. What is happening?
Handed right to you. Perfect.
You got ready on you? No, I forgot my water. I have a picture on my phone if you want me to get that. Okay. You said it's alright if I search you? Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Alright, we're gonna walk it through the car. Okay. You just want to take this jacket off of me? Is it covered in gas or?
It might be. I might be too a little bit. I didn't have a gas can that was really good to work with. I had cut open.
What is this kid thinking? Obviously, he's not thinking.
Alright, just go ahead and put your hands on your back, okay? You're not under arrest right now, you're just being detained, okay? Yep. You guys know anything about this, or you guys the one that called it? I called it in. You called it in?
You needed us or not.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So when we pulled up, we
Great
saw
they hung around.
a black car with the driver's side door open, and we saw smoke, and then you could see the flames.
Okay.
So as soon as we saw the black car, we backed off, and that's when I called it in.
Did you see anyone?
We didn't see anyone,
Okay.
but we weren't sure because we didn't get too close to the back of the building.
Sure.
So they have the guy, he already admitted to doing it, but they're not going to cut corners with the investigation because, as we know, sometimes people do admit to doing things that they actually did not do. So they're going to go through, cross all the T's, dot all the I's, and really make it a solid case because of how serious it is.
So I'm going to have you taken back to the PD and try and do an interview.
Do you want me to just ask him if he wants to talk right now and see first?
Sure. The other thing that we're looking for is consent to search his vehicle.
Okay, I'll ask him afterwards.
Yeah. Interview, why he's doing it, if he thought it was occupied, anything like that, that would bolster further cases for him. I don't think it's occupied. I think it's very reasonable that it would be occupied.
So he's asking about if the guy thought it was occupied because that will be like an aggravated charge if he thought people were in there or if he was doing it to harm people.
All right, so I'm Officer West of the police department. I don't know if I've formally introduced myself.
Officer
Okay.
West?
Yep. Okay. So the first question I have for you, would you give us consent to search your car?
It's not mine, but you can go ahead.
We can search your car?
Perfect.
You're in possession of it tonight, so...
All right, no.
No?
Oh.
No.
I guess you'll have to do it.
Not perfect.
Yeah. I'm not giving you permission, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
The other question is, obviously I'd read you Miranda warning, things like that before, but are you even interested in talking to me at all tonight or no?
I'm interested in talking to you. I'll make a statement.
Okay, so if I read you your Miranda warning, you are willing to talk?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to do this, we're going to go to the police department, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. No on the consent.
Yeah. Didn't he establish that he drove it here, though?
Yes. He was in the, I would say, possession of the vehicle, sitting in the car and out of it when I pulled up. So that's on camera, so...
So they're asking for consent to search just to kind of wash all that away, get him to give permission just to make it easier. Usually, like with search incident to arrest, like you arrest somebody out of a motor vehicle, you've pulled them over and you arrest them for an arrestable offense. You can search like reaching area after you arrest them, any evidence of the crime that you're looking for in the car. This has got some daylight to it. It's a little bit different. He saw him in the car earlier, but now he's out of the car. He's in custody in the back of their car. So consent would have been a lot better. Also, they'll have the motor vehicle inventory. I'm sure they're going to impound the car, take it. They could inventory it that way and find evidence. But really, getting a warrant would be the best, especially with a crime this serious.
Or me going right at that door over there.
Sounds good.
Seems like he's going to sing like a bird. He wants to talk about it.
You just hang on a second for me right there. Yep. You can have a seat right here. Okay. So let me just read this to you, and then there'll be 2 questions at the end, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Having these rights in mind, are you willing to answer my questions now?
Yes, I'm willing.
Okay. Let's just start with tonight.
Sure. Can I wipe the hair out of my face, or no?
I mean, I can't take it out of the cuffs, but
all right, no problem.
If that works.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Officer, would you mind brushing my hair behind my ear? Thank you.
What brought you to Fond du Lac tonight?
To set fire to Glenn Grothman's office.
Okay.
There you go.
Why, I guess?
Because of his role in voting for the ban on companies such as TikTok, which I believe is a grave violation of our Constitution. And in the past, unrelated to these, I have tried peacefully protesting, and I've done peaceful protests, and other people have done, and I think peace is not really an option anymore. So I set fire to his office.
Oh boy.
Okay, so this is a lot to do over him voting.
Real
to
activist
ban
here.
TikTok, is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
So
Well, I mean, he's my representative, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to understand. Okay.
Right, yeah, no, of course.
What were you hoping of? I mean, what was going to happen today? What were you wishing to happen?
I would have liked if the fire was bigger, but it wasn't. And I would have liked if it would cause, I guess, inconvenience, harm to the facility, not to anybody in person, but to disrupt, I guess.
Okay. Did you think anyone was inside the building tonight?
No.
Were you hoping that anyone was inside the building?
No. I don't want to hurt anybody. Not physically.
Okay.
Wow. Obviously he thinks he's being righteous. Obviously he's not. He's doing something really stupid and very illegal, but he's owning up to it. He's not trying to hide the fact that he did it at all.
What's his name again? Sorry.
Glenn Grothman.
Were you hoping to harm him tonight in any sort of fashion?
Not him, no.
Okay. So more or less you're hoping to cause disruption tonight.
Right.
Okay. Did you want the whole building to burn down, or?
Well, no, since I know it has other, facilities in there, but I mean, I targeted his, and if the others, had problems, then, collateral damage, but, but no, I wanted to, harm his building. And I know that he has other offices, and I know it might only end up harming me in the end, but I guess I kind of wanted to send a message that I was tired of the way that our country's going.
Okay. How did you start the fire?
With gasoline. I used a match.
Okay. And that just started the side of the building on fire? Or?
Yeah, I originally was going to go in the front, but it seemed like he relocated his office at some point, so I drove to this location instead of the other one. And the door was harder to get into, so I just didn't bother trying to break the door in, or because I wasn't really prepared very much. I just had stuff that could have broken glass, but not that type of glass.
I didn't really think it through, is what he's saying.
So I knew I wasn't going to get in, so I just set fire to the electrical stuff in the back.
Okay. So you specifically drove to Fond du Lac to this office for this purpose. That's tonight, right. Is to set fire to the building?
That's right.
Okay. Did you buy gas tonight?
Yep.
You said that it's your dad's car. Do you live with your parents?
Correct.
Or?
I live with my parents.
Okay. Do they know that?
No, they had no idea.
They had no idea?
They were asleep.
You wait till they're asleep?
Correct.
Okay.
I didn't want them to be involved at all.
I would also want to know what groups he's involved with online. A lot of times people that do this kind of extreme activism in politics are in groups. They're encouraged to do it. They get egged on by other people and then go out and do a felony like this. So I hope they wrote a warrant down the road for his phone and for his social media accounts to see if there is a local group that the cops have to worry about.
Okay.
I know. I mean, obviously, I know it's going to affect them, probably a lot, but I didn't want them to have any kind of responsibility.
Okay. You have a job or anything in college?
Yeah, I have a job. I work at Motomart gas station.
Nice. You in college or?
No.
No, not in college. Gotcha. Was there anything else you were wishing to happen tonight?
I guess just to send a message. I mean, I don't know if it'll be received. I don't know if either way, but honestly, I'm really tired of the way that the entire world is going, and honestly, I didn't really feel like I was throwing anything away because I don't really feel like there's that much. I mean, I have family.
Just your life.
I mean, to be honest, I don't really want to live in a world that is going this way. And, sure, we might have it better than some other countries, but I feel like we're going down a pretty bad path. And so maybe my actions were the most peaceful, but I don't think that peace is the direction we're taking.
Scary language.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, everyone has their own opinion, right? So is that
just hoping there would be an electrical fire and that would be bigger if that's what you're looking for intent-wise.
Okay.
Silver platter.
Just on the back of the building or on that unit there that was
on the unit, on the back of the building, kind of by where the wires are by the door, just kind of all in that back area. So it was me. I intentionally did it. Yeah, I mean, there was nobody else that was responsible, and I didn't want to have a burden on anybody else thinking that they had to defend me, like my family or whatever. So I just stayed in the area and waited.
I'm sure they'll be plenty embarrassed.
Like I said, man, everyone has their own opinions and stuff, right? Okay, so I understand that. I mean, obviously you're being very truthful with me. I really appreciate that, okay? Yeah. One question I do have for you again, we talked a little bit about consent to search the car again. Has your mind changed at all on that? Would you give us consent to search the car?
Honestly, I don't really want to. Besides me admitting guilt, I don't really want to make it any easier than it has to be. So, no.
Okay.
Odd statement, because you are making it extremely easy already. Why not just go all the way and let him search the car? I don't know. Clearly, he's not thinking the right way.
So no consent to search the car?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, for almost no apparent reason, I just ruined the course of my life. And so it almost feels like, maybe I would have just rather.
But you're still alive, so that's the important thing.
Yeah, number one, we're glad you're alive.
Sounds like he's idle.
Number two, it sounds like you've been going through a pretty difficult time.
Pretty sad situation here.
So, I'm sorry that you're feeling the way that you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, that like you said, you had some disagreements or you weren't happy with the congressman's decisions or behaviors or actions. Can you elaborate a little bit more about what that, what you're...
Yeah, so basically yesterday was also the day that that the ban that affected TikTok happened. And if it was just the banning of a single app, or if it was just, TikTok going dark, that'd be one thing, just a single app, But it signaled the fact that our government is pretty much unwilling to cooperate in almost every case. You hear about government shutdowns happening all the time. You hear about, they can never agree on anything.
Ironically, the TikTok ban only lasted a very short time, and this is all for naught.
Except both houses almost unanimously agreed on this one bill to ban this social media platform and others like it, just because it's not owned by America and we can't control it. And I know the details themselves are more specific, but and so that kind of, it really, I guess, in the most basic way, it bugged me that
I am very bugged by this. We'll be lighting a building on later tonight.
I told Bill that if they move my desk one more time, then...
A person who, I think he voted this way in the House before the election even happened, but I wasn't really aware of it. A person who I had voted for had acted in a way that I thought I was voting for the party that, represented free speech and that have the values, and I guess it's not really just a matter of what party it is, but just who the person is.
Well, I think we can all agree. You can't trust politicians. It doesn't matter which side.
I mean, I was thinking about it, and I was kind of comparing it to, and other people were also kind of comparing the ban on TikTok to other, events in somewhat recent history, I guess, in the last few hundred years. And obviously, it's not the exact same thing, but they're kind of comparing it to, times like, I don't know, and again, I definitely mean it's not the same thing, but times like the French Revolution or the Boston Tea Party or something like that, where, societies or people are rebelling against their government because they don't like them.
Les Revolutions.
I guess in that state of mind yesterday, what did you want or hope your actions would do? Did you even
to begin with, I hoped that it would just kind of, I don't even know, send a message. I don't know what it would have even done, because, I mean, I'm sure he has insurance. He can just, or with the building has insurance, I can just fix it. It's not going to actually do anything. It's only going to affect myself. So, I mean, and I knew that when I did it, and I don't know why I didn't really think about it more than just that.
You can't help but feel sorry for this kid. Yeah, this is incredibly dumb, but it sounds like he has the reasoning and the ability to know, and did very much know, that this is gonna be kind of inconsequential to the politician, but remove years of his freedom from his life. So kind of brutal to hear.
So, I mean, it seems entirely meaningless. I don't know.
Well, you had mentioned kind of likened it to the idea of a Boston Tea Party or something.
Right, just kind of like a protest, like a message.
That it would invigorate more.
Well, maybe not necessarily
discord, or
I don't know necessarily invigorate, but just kind of contribute to. I guess if there's other people doing the same thing. I'm not sure if there is. That wasn't really part of the idea. It was just that I felt like at the time that it was just something that made sense to do, but obviously didn't. I know it'll be used, against me in law or court or whatever, and that's just how it goes. So,
your attorney's going to have a lot of work if you plead not guilty.
Both of us truly appreciate how easy it was to talk to you and how you take ownership of what's going on. Not many people in this world do that. And
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You opened up about your mental health, and I think that goes to show your honesty and willingness to talk. And
well, thanks. I appreciate that.
So this is a nice moment at the end. Yeah, the kid did wrong, incredibly dumb, deserves to be punished, but ultimately we don't want anybody their life. Obviously the kid's kind of going down that road, so the cops are giving him a little attaboy at the end to try to at least give him some kind of optimism for the future after obviously paying for this big mistake.
It's kind of refreshing.
I guess I'm glad that I could be that then.
And human to human, I'm glad that you're alive.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Can you imagine what your relatives, how that would have affected them? Affected us.
Yeah.
Having to sit there and deal with a death at a scene tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it would have been absolutely awful.
The man was charged with arson of a building without the owner's consent, making terrorist threats, attempted burglary of a building or dwelling, and criminal damage to property. With the terrorist threat charge being later dismissed, he was ultimately sentenced to 7 years in prison, followed by 7 years of extended supervision. The woman was charged with assault on a peace officer, petty theft, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, harassment with a bodily substance. Her case is still ongoing, so her sentencing information is not yet available. Thank you for joining me on this video. Please like, subscribe, comment below, let me know your thoughts, and don't forget, hit that bell notification so you know when the latest video has dropped. And if you like police war stories, check out the Things Police See podcast, where I sit down with the men and women of law enforcement for about an hour and get their most intense, bizarre, and sometimes humorous moments on the job. Available everywhere you get podcasts, and a link is in the description to the YouTube channel. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.